I'll try and do this, as I usually say, as fast as I can. As you just saw from that extensive walking in, yes, I've managed to make it in to Trinity College Cambridge, although I think I'm not supposed to actually be in here. As you saw, it did actually say not any visitors to the public, but on the other hand, as you can see, it's like you walk into like the park area of here, and I swear I've seen other people, unless they're like family members of people that are in here, so I can't understand why it literally does say no visitors and that. Stupid breakout, yeah, and all that lot. Apologies for that. Thought makeup would have covered it, but that's the joys of masks, I suppose. But yeah, as you can see in the title, I've come here because I'm trying to document this for a few people in that. Now I'm sitting here first so you can see everything in the background. I am going to go and try in the building afterwards, but in case I don't get here, at least I can say I have done this inside Trinity College and that. Yeah, right near the river and all that lot, so you never know. I might get a few starey looks in the future because ponters seem to go past along here. But anyway, yeah, as you saw in the title, repeating myself now, I'm actually documenting this for a few famous people that I've loved and admired. First things first, that. But as you also saw in this extension of my my Darwin series, because that was the other thing that I was amazed at. Sorry for looking down, guys. I'm just trying to find something. There we go. Yeah, talk about the Darwins are literally ingrained in this city, and I can't believe that it literally took me this long before I actually realised that. Because yes, 2 parts in that, and but I'm not going to mention it too much. But when I say it's in 2 parts, it's almost like the 2 colleges for the whole Darwin family was Christ College, which of course was Charles, but as you've probably seen from a bit of an update, some of his prodigy and later generations, or it might have just been his sons and that. But yeah, a couple of them went to Christ College. But the amount of Darwins that did actually attend this college, Trinity College, just absolutely staggered me. So I thought, do you know what? I seriously, if I could get in here, which thankfully I have. I don't know if I'll get all the way in it. Of course, if I do, then I'll show you guys, of course. But yeah. And once again, I'm going to be reading a bit, but I'll bring this up to my eye level so I'm not like completely not looking at the camera and that. So yeah, so sorry guys, and that. So yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of light reading essentially here. So the first Darwin was Francis Darwin. We've covered him extensively. You know, I've taken you to his grave. He's buried with his daughter. I've shown you what I can of his 3rd wife's grave that's opposite him, and of course you've seen his 2nd wife Ellen's grave just a little further out of Cambridge. But yes, Sir Francis, or Frank, if anyone ever reads Gwen's book Period Piece, and she talks about one of her chapters being the 5 uncles, yes, he was affectionately known as Frank or Uncle Frank, you know what I mean. Frank was like his family name, if you know what I mean. But Sir Francis Darwin, yes, he was also a botanist. He followed his father into botany. He was the 3rd son of Charles Darwin. Yeah, botanist, yes, naturalist and scientist, apparently it says here, and all of that lot. God, I hate it when it does that. And that. So yes, he first went to Clapham Grammar School. That seems to be where all of Charles Darwin's sons went. And then he went to Trinity College Cambridge, first studying mathematics, natural sciences, and graduated from here in 1870. And then he went on to study medicine in London. So he studied all sorts, it seems, mathematics, natural sciences, and then medicine. So yeah, so he was one of the first ones here. I don't know if this is the right order or not, guys. But then skipping a generation first and then going back, and then his eldest son, actually his firstborn son, actually, did he only have one son? I'm not sure if he did or not. Basically, his first son, Bernard Darwin, that he had with Amy, who sadly died from a fever a few days after he was born. Yes, Bernard Richard Darwin, 7th of September 1876 to the 18th of October 1961. I'm saying those years because unfortunately I haven't been able to visit his grave. He's one of the many graves that is like much further out of the UK. You know, I've pretty much covered every single grave in Cambridge, and that there is one more in Cambridgeshire that I would like to visit, but that's going to be a bit more of a like a travelling out situation and a bit more of a longer time frame to get there and all of that lot. So if and when I do cover that grave, which I do hope to, that literally will be almost like, oh yeah, I'm just going there for that one day and then almost travelling back, because the connections are not as quick, if you get my drift. Yeah, grandson of the British naturalist Charles Darwin, and that, yeah, he was educated at Eton and graduated in law from Trinity College Cambridge. So he studied law here, and that, which was where he was a Cambridgeshire Blue in golf and a team captain in his final year. Yes, he studied law, but he also became a very key golfer, and that. So it's amazing of how many things you can literally study in this one college: mathematics, science, law. So yeah, so that's Charles Darwin's grandson, Bernard. And then I thought we were going back to one of his kids, but actually no. Funny enough, Francis MacDonald Cornford, just got him listed as Cornford here, but yes, Francis's husband was educated at Trinity College here, where he was a fellow from 1899 and held a teaching post from 1902. He became the first Lawrence Professor of Ancient Philosophy in 1931 and was elected a Fellow of the British Academy in 1937. So, yeah. Right, now we are going back a generation, and that, yeah, we're back to Charles's children. We're on about George Darwin here, and of course, yes, George Darwin, that was, yes, I was correct, guys. Yes, yeah, George Darwin, yes, did have to just double check. Yeah, that's who we visited the grave in Trinity Churchyard Extension. Of course, that's Charles Gayton's father, that's Gwen's father, baby Leonard that we also visited there. Yes, so let me give you a bit of a read. Yes, he was an English barrister, so he obviously must have trained for law, and also an astronomer as well. That's right, that's written on his headstone, if you may recall me reading out. He was the second son and the fifth child of Charles Darwin. Yeah, Charles had in all 10 children, although unfortunately some of them did die quite young, sadly. But yes, he became he once again went to Clapham Grammar School, and then he really entered St John's College, which is literally like almost right at the back of this this college. Yes, he entered St John's College in 1863, and then soon moved to Trinity College, which of course is this one, where his tutor, Edward John Routh, he graduated as a second... I'm sick of spelling these, so I'll flag it up here with some text and that. In 1868, where he was placed second as the Smith's Prize and was appointed a college fellowship. He earned his MA in 1871. So, once again, All the Darwins definitely doing a lot of different things at college, it seems. Carry on. No, even though weirdly they're not staring actually, but no, because we're right on the river, we've got a lot of pondies going right, and so it always does feel a bit weird just chatting to yourself through a camera with loads of people staring at you, but no, they've gone now. So if I remember correctly, I think yes, this is the last one, guys, and then let's hope we can go in and go and have a look if we can. And that, yeah. So Horace Darwin, once again, recap on him. We've visited his grave. Remember in Central Parish Cemetery. In fact, we've gone past his grave twice, haven't we? When we went back to find Henrietta. Yes, he's buried in there with his wife Ida Darwin, of course. So yes, he was an English engineer specialising in the design and the manufacture of specific scientific instruments. So he definitely went on a slightly different course in the family. And he was another fellow at Trinity College here and that. So yes, he went through a slightly different education initially. He went to Woodbridge, Suffolk, and at Trinity College Cambridge here, when he graduated with a Bachelor's of Honours, a BA, in 1874. And then, of course, he subsequently went on to marry, and then he had children and all of that lot. So, yeah. So, do you see what I mean now, guys? How many Darwins have literally, or Darwins that have married into the family, for example, like Cornford, the poet, for example, how many of them have actually been there? So, let's see if we can try and get in the building if we can now, okay? So, you haven't minded this little sit down outside kind of thing video this time. Hopefully the wind hasn't been a problem, I hope. Okay, guys, I seriously can't believe, because seriously, I think I really did just break the rules there. So I hope you enjoyed that from Trinity College. But now I'm going to another college, so come along with me.